What if you could learn the basics of a new language, not from some dusty old textbook, but from a single, everyday experience? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do with Arabic. We're stepping inside a cafe to learn the absolute essential phrases you need, right from the very first moment.
So, picture this. You walk into a small, cozy cafe. The scene is set for us perfectly. The air is just filled with the aroma of strong kahwa, that's coffee, and sweet khubz, which is bread. This is our classroom today. You see, language isn't just about words on a page, it's about the feeling, the atmosphere, the experience, and our story starts right here.
All right, so welcome to our little Arabic cafe. To help us navigate this new world, we're going to follow two guides who are about to teach us pretty much everything we need for a first conversation.
Meet Omar and Karim. We're going to be their shadows for the next few minutes. We'll listen in as they order, as they observe the world around them, and as they interact. This is really learning by doing, by watching how the language actually works in the real world.
Okay, let's get to the most crucial moment in any cafe, anywhere in the world: ordering. Seriously, if you learn just one thing today, let it be this. This single phrase is basically the key that unlocks your first real conversation.
So listen in as Omar gets the waiter's attention. He just says, "Uridu qahwa min fadlika." And just like that, boom! In one simple, polite, and totally complete sentence, he's ordered his coffee. Let's break down why this is so powerful.
So the absolute magic word here is this first one, urid. It just means I want. This is your key. Once you know this one word, you can ask for pretty much anything. And here it is, the simple, repeatable formula. It's really just 3 easy steps. You start with yurid, then you just add the thing you want, like qahwa for coffee or ma for water. And you finish it off with a polite min fadlik. It's just a beautiful, elegant structure that's so easy to remember.
And look, we see this exact formula in action again with Karim. He wants water. So what does he say? Uridu ma. See? Same structure, different item. It's really that simple and effective. You could use this for anything. Want tea? Urid sha. Need bread? Urid khubz.
Okay, so the waiter brings their drinks, and the essential response, the word you will hear and use absolutely everywhere, is of course, shukran. Thank you. It's one of the most important and useful words in any language, right?
All right, so we've learned how to ask for things. That's huge. But what about just describing the world around you? Language isn't only about requests, it's about observation. So let's shift gears and try to see the cafe through Omar's eyes.
Omar looks around and he sees a woman reading a book. In Arabic, you could describe this scene like this. هذه امرأة تقرأ كتابا. Notice how the words just paint a direct, literal picture of exactly what he's seeing.
Next, he spots a man typing on a laptop. هذا رجلا يكتب على اللابتوب. Now, hang on. Did you catch that? Look closely. For the woman, the word was هذه. For the man, it's هذا. Without even trying, we're already picking up on a fundamental grammar pattern just by observing. Pretty cool, right?
And finally, he sees a child eating a pastry. هذا ولد يأكل معجونا. The pattern is becoming clear. See, you're not just memorizing a list of words, you're learning how to build sentences to describe your own environment.
Now let's add a little color, a little flavor to our descriptions. Omar sips his coffee and says, "Qahwa ladida," delicious coffee. And Karim, he fills his glass and notes, "Al-ma'u barid," the water is cold. With just a couple of simple adjectives, the language suddenly becomes so much more expressive and personal. So we can order and we can describe. What's the next logical step here? Well, it's asking questions. We're moving from just making statements to actively looking for information. Omar spots a tray of cookies. So he asks the waiter, "Kam thaman el biscuit?" How much are the cookies? The key phrase here is kam thaman, which means what is the price of? This is another incredibly practical tool you're going to want to put in your back pocket.
And the waiter's response is super simple and direct. Khamsa darahim, 5 dirhams. Now, even if you don't know the currency, you can hear the number clearly, can't you? Khamsa. This is a perfect example of how, even with a limited vocabulary, you can pick out the key piece of information that you need.
This gives us the perfect opportunity to learn the first 5 numbers, just as Omar and Karim might count out their coins. Let's run through them. Wahid, Ifnan, Falatha, Arba, Khamsa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But learning a language is always, always more than just grammar and vocabulary. To really, truly understand what's happening in this cafe, we need to understand the culture that's behind the whole conversation.
And that brings us to this beautiful and absolutely essential concept, diafa, or hospitality. Now, this isn't just about being nice. It's a core cultural value. Offering someone coffee or food is a fundamental sign of welcome and respect. It's the cultural engine driving this entire interaction. So when Omar and Kareem order their drinks, it's more than just a transaction. It's them participating in a tradition of sharing and community.
So let's recap the awesome practical toolkit you've just put together. You've got urid for I want, min fadlika for please, shukran for thank you, and kem theman for how much. With just these, you now have the core phrases for your first real-world Arabic conversation.
This short trip to the cafe really shows us that language isn't some list of rules to be memorized. It's a living, breathing part of a culture. You now have the tools to open the door. So the only question left is, what will you order first?